right, hi. Just popping in to let you know that the day bells are not the only thing going on in Idaho. East Idaho. If your news station is only covering the day bells right now and not covering anything political or anything Victor Perez, then maybe it's not a news channel anymore. Victor Perez lived in Pocatello with his family and was 17 years old, nonverbal, and on the autism spectrum. So, he had a knife for whatever reason and didn't want to give, I think, his sister, but maybe some other relative, the knife, which is a thing. It's a thing. Watching that part of the video, I'm imagining my baby brother in my head. He is not threatening anyone. He's laying on the ground, playing with a knife. Not the safest thing in the world. Not a danger for trained police officers, you would think, right? He was laying on the ground when they showed up. He stood up because these police officers are coming towards him and screaming in a language he doesn't understand, by the way. They're not listening to figure out that he is incapable of response. He can't tell them what's up. He can't understand what they're asking of him. Everyone is fucking screaming. But he's in his yard, behind a fucking fence. Feet away from these officers, who are in his driveway at this point. Fuck. So they showed up because there was a 911 call from a neighbor who, I assume neighbor, but someone in the area who obviously didn't know this family because he said there's a drunk guy with a knife. Essentially, not a quote, but like that's domestic disturbance, drunk guy, knife. So get to know your fucking neighbors, guys. Get to know your neighbors. Anyway, that's what they expected to show up to. And that's just what they assumed happened from an uninvolved party. Uninvolved 911 caller. The family hadn't called 911. The family is saying, no, there's not a fucking problem. Please don't do what you're about to fucking do. And 4 trained police officers shot at a 17-year-old child behind a fucking fence in front of his family. That happened. And then in a news conference, their actions were justified because of an escalating situation that they did not understand. They were not in immediate danger. No one was in immediate danger. They went straight to deadly force from behind a fucking fence. From behind a fence. From behind a fence! They shot at a 17-year-old child with a disability. Tell me tell me that the melanin in his skin had nothing to do with it. Tell me that. Tell me that they misunderstood some other fucking thing. This child did not speak or understand the language they were screaming at him. I have worked in special needs for a lot of my life. I have several siblings with disabilities. I've never needed to use deadly force from behind a fence. Even if they were armed, even if it was an adult, even when they were bigger than me, because I'm like 5'2". But I was trained to de-escalate situations. I was trained to restrain people in these situations without using deadly force. I disarmed a 17-year-old child who attacked me as my coworkers were calling the police. The police disarmed an adult who had broken plates and held shards of them up to my neck and beat down on the back of my head. No deadly force. From behind a fucking fence. No deadly force from behind a fence. I don't know what kind of knife he had. Whatever it was could have been considered a weapon. Not a projectile. They did not. They either didn't follow training or they need better fucking training. This is unacceptable. This did not need to happen. This poor fucking family. I don't understand how anybody is justifying this. They are, I've seen it, they're trying. I was a child. He was a child. Behind a